Joey. He is the star of our show. And we'll just kind of let him be for a little bit while I talk about him. You want to take a lap, Joey? So as I was saying, War Horse has been seen by over 2 million people worldwide. It won 5 Tonys in 2011 in New York, which included a special Tony for the excellence in puppetry. I'll talk a little bit about the horse now. So there are 3 positions in the horse. There's the head position, which operates the head and also has a control rod, which works on the 2 emotional indicators that the head has, those are ears. And a horse really sees with its ears. So not only does it sense danger, it also, that's kind of where we can show on stage where it's looking. For example, like loud sounds kind of scare Joey, and I'm sorry, Joey. So that's what kind of happens. We then move on to the, and then it's the heart position right here. And this is kind of where, obviously, moving the front legs, but also, this is kind of where Joey gets his breath from, is the heart puppeteer breathes by moving his legs. A real horse, its diaphragm goes outward, but because it has to be a stationary design, it's kind of hard to add joints to kind of give that illusion. So the puppet creators, Handspring Puppet Company, based out of South Africa, created a gap from here to here, where the legs kind of are, and gave the illusion of an up and down motion, which gives it the same effect. Then we move over to the hind position. So it's head, heart, and hind are the 3 positions. And the hind has an emotional indicator, which is the tail, and then also obviously controls the rear legs. The horse weighs about, the chassis weighs about 70 pounds, and the star of our show, Albert, played by Andrew Veenstra, actually has a weight limit, and anyone actually who rides the horses has a weight limit of about 170 pounds. So that's about 240, and then, so each puppeteer within the horse takes on about 110 pounds, if I've done the math correctly, 110 pounds each. What else can I tell you? It's made out of aluminum, plywood, and cane. The cane comes from Indonesia. The plywood comes from Finland, I believe, and obviously aluminum comes from where I don't know. I guess South Africa, where they get it. But all the horses are made in South Africa. It takes about 2 years to make a full horse because everything is, all these are done by hand with contours and everything. All right, Joey. You want to show your cute, Joey? So, when we were rehearsing the show, we did about 2 weeks of what we called horse camp, where the horse puppeteers just got together and we watched footage of horses. We actually went to stables in New York City just to observe horse psychology and how the horses interact. And after that, we rehearsed for about 6 weeks with the cast, all the while constantly learning about how to really perfect, the puppetry in War Horse. And it's something that we're still learning every day, and every show is different. Because we've been told to be horses. So we may have blocking where we have to get from point A to point B. But every day is different because you know, actors may give us different inflections, or something may be in the wrong place, or this or that. So it's always different. So every show you see is a once in a lifetime experience. I can take a couple questions while Joey's out here, if anyone has any. Or we can just observe the horse a little more. Michael Morporgo, who is the author of the book, which inspired the play, which inspired the movie, says that War Horse is an anthem for peace. Because although it is set with a backdrop of World War I, it strives to show that during times of war, everyone is affected. And there's, you know, war itself is the villain, not any opposing side. Is everyone just in awe right now?
Do you find that, Joey, do you find with puppeteers that they like to work in pairs specifically together, as opposed to it getting mixed up a lot because they probably have a chemistry or a way that they know to work together? Do you find that usually they try and stay as a pair together?
It's an excellent question. When we all auditioned for the show, and when casting was finally done for the show, initially in the very beginning we created teams of 3. So every night there is a Joey team, and also in the show there's another horse named Topthorn. And in the very beginning we worked on a chemistry within the 3, and there are occasions of cross-pollination, as we call it, but for the most part we stay within the team of 3.
Can you ask Jory to rear up?
Sure. Joey. And way up. Something that really is important for Handspring Puppet Company is the puppetry they do is they give breath to everything. So the puppeteers, as you can see, are really breathing together, and they're finding their breath, and that's how they communicate. Because we're all mic'd during the show to make the horse. Because we all make the horse sounds ourselves. They're not recorded or anything like that. So we can only communicate through our breath. So it's really finding the breath within the 3, and then their connection, the connection between all 3 of them is kind of what, you know, makes the horse so special. Want to rear up one more time? Right, and way up.